welcome to my channel, That Carnivore Life. I'm Emily and I am glad that you are joining me here today. I am talking about frustrations with carnivore. If you haven't already, you can go and see my last video where I talked about my number one frustration with carnivore, and that is dairy. In this video though, I am talking about a completely different frustration. Surprisingly, it actually falls into the category of dairy for some people. It's butter. Butter, yes, contains dairy. It is very small amounts. The next stage after butter is ghee, which basically has no traces of lactose in it, and so people who don't tolerate dairy can often tolerate ghee. If they can't butter, usually they can butter. And there, of course, are some people who can't even tolerate ghee. That's not what we're talking about in today's video though. I am talking about butter and my frustration with butter, specifically when going to restaurants. The problem is most restaurants, when they say butter, it's not butter. Now, look, some of these restaurants have every intention of telling the truth because their package says butter, or there's butter in the ingredients. It may not be margarine or margarine, whatever part of the world you're from, but just because a package says butter doesn't mean it's butter. And whilst we would like everyone to be honest, and at least I would like everyone to be honest, not everyone is honest. So when they say butter, it's not necessarily butter. Usually it has a whole lot of seed oils in it, or olive oil, or some other thing added to it. And that is super annoying. This is the butter I buy. I get it at Costco. It is grass-fed butter, product of New Zealand. It's 95% grass-fed, so probably being fed grains at the end of its life. It's really nice. You want to check out the ingredients? Pasteurized cream, in brackets milk, comma, salt. That's it. 2 ingredients. They come in blocks like this, which is the equivalent to 2 sticks of butter. Still has the measurements along the side. This, for 4 blocks of this, 8 sticks of butter is $10. For pretty good quality butter. So what I don't understand about these restaurants is why on earth they can't have real butter. Now, kudos to some restaurants because they come out with these tiny, teeny, weeny little butter packs, and I usually get, 4 to 10 of them and eat most of them. But it would be really, really nice if they could just have butter that is cream and salt, or just cream. It's like 1 or 2 ingredients. You don't need to add anything else to butter. Margarine is not butter, it is junk. Butter cut with seed oils is junk. Butter is really simple. You milk a cow, you whip up the milk, called churning. The fats, the solids, separates from the milk. You drain the milk, it's called buttermilk. And then you're left with the solids. You rinse them and squeeze them, and that is your butter. I mean, it really is that simple. And honestly, if I'm being really honest, I just lied to you because you don't do it with the milk, you do it with cream. So never mind. You take the cream, you whip the cream, and you turn that into the buttermilk and the butter. It's not that hard, people. We can do it. So that is my frustration with restaurants and butter, is that I'll go to a restaurant like Texas Roadhouse, Longhorn, Lumberjacks, like all of these restaurants, right? And you can go and you can get a steak. You can get it unseasoned, you can get it cooked on a char grill so it's not cooked in oil, and you ask for butter and they're like, yeah, sure, and they bring out butter, and it's not butter. It's margarine, or it's mixed with seed oils. No. I'm really sorry. I actually have quite a lot of allergies and food intolerances. Would you have butter that's just butter? Like there's no other ingredients in it, because if I have the other stuff, I can actually get quite sick. Oh no, we don't have that. Really? Why not? So super annoying when most of my meals are eaten at home. but it's nice to go out on occasion into an atmosphere where you are served and you just sit down and relax and they clean up after you and you don't have to do it. That's really nice sometimes. And all I want is a bit of butter with my steak. Now, could I take my own butter? Yeah. But what about when you're traveling on the road? It's pretty hard to keep it cool, especially when sometimes I don't know I'm going to be on the road that long, or I don't know if I'm going to have access to somewhere I can keep things cool for. There are ways that you can get around it. You can take Ziploc bags and you can stop at gas stations and fill them with ice and put that in your cooler and throw out the old melted Ziploc, but it can get messy and it's risky. And I don't like softened butter to eat with my steak. I want super cold butter to eat with my steak. So yeah, it's just a frustration. It's just annoying. It might not bother some of you guys. Some of you might all be on the lion diet where you don't eat butter, which I've done at times, and that's fine. But I feel like we need to make a call to these restaurants. Like, we need to call them out and call them higher and say, can you stop using junky foods and junky ingredients that aren't actually food? We call them food, they're not actually food. Can you just use real food? Can you use real fruits and veggies? Can you use real butter? Can you use real meat? None of this junky stuff. But anyway, I digress. On the side of this, can you please like and subscribe to my channel? Because, you know, be kind. It's just the kind thing to do. And check out my new merch. I have a tumbler laser engraved with that Carnivore Life. This is black and rose gold, but you can also get it in black and silver. And then on the other side, we have beef, butter, bacon, and eggs with their pictures of steak, butter, bacon, carton of eggs. Oh my goodness, isn't it so sexy? And then it's got this like slider lid. Anyway, this is the only one currently made in rose gold. So if you want one in rose gold, you have to specifically request one. You can request it down in the comments below and I will get back to you and we will figure out how to get one to you. But if you want one of these in silver, just let me know. I'm making them. Well, technically my boyfriend's making them. We jointly came up with the design. I chose the font and we're making them and shipping them out to you directly. So if you would like one, let me know. Also, let's talk about Carnivore Bar for a moment. This is something that I absolutely recommend to people. In the summer, I love to eat them straight from the freezer. In the winter, I love to eat them straight from the refrigerator. They are grass-finished beef and grass-finished tallow. It's called pemmican, actually, but anyway, if you want a discount code on these, I have one already open. If you want a discount code to get these, it's in the description of this video, so go get it and go get your discount. But I will say this, some people say these are really expensive, and look, for a protein bar, yes, they are a little expensive. But let me tell you, this is way cheaper than the junk we were previously eating. The amount of money I have spent on like junky, carby, sugary, processed, dyed, filled snacks on the road in one day is nuts. And I probably really only needed one of these and maybe some cheese on the side if I wanted something a little bit different. Maybe even two of these still would have been cheaper. Also super handy for any outdoor activities like kayaking, camping, hiking, horse riding. They don't need to be refrigerated. As I said, I prefer them from the freezer, but they don't need to be, which means it's super easy on the go. You don't have to keep it cool. And if you're going to a restaurant that you can't eat at with friends, you can eat this at the restaurant, okay? It's totally possible. And you think about it, you go to a restaurant, $15 plus, right? You eat one of these, cheaper than that meal, and you don't even have to pay tax because, you already have it. You kind of already paid it when you purchase these, right? So if you want your discount, it's down below. But let's support people in the carnivore community. Let's support products that are clean and healthy, nutrient dense, and good for us, even if they look like they cost a little bit more, because you're not buying all of the junky food you were buying previous. And as a result, you're eating great food and not increasing your medical bills. You've reduced them, so you actually have money to spend on these and it actually works out cheaper. The code for that is down below. And next time you're in a restaurant, whether you want butter or not, please do me a favor. Ask them if they have real butter. And if they don't, tell them to stock it. For people like us, they can get those tiny little packages so that when someone comes in and wants real butter, it is there, as opposed to buying this that they don't use most of the time. But tell them to switch to that anyway, because that stuff's better than the junky stuff they're using. So that's my carnivore frustration video for you. Number 2, it's around butter. If you want, go watch the run around dairy. That's my number 1 carnivore frustration. And contact me to get your very own laser engraved That Carnivore Life merch tumbler. Thanks for watching. Remember, please be kind, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.